Hello, thank you for tuning in to this webinar on the Boston University Masters of Science in Nutrition Delicious Living Nutrition Dietetic Internship Partnership Program. My name is Mary Jane Staniak, and together with my colleague Nicole, we will be hosting this webinar. So, my name is Mary Jane Staniak. I'm a senior lecturer here at Boston University, and this is Nicole Cormier. She is the founder and owner of Delicious Living Nutrition, which is a private practice on Cape Cod. She is the dietetic internship director. And we're really pleased today to share with you about this exciting, unique partnership that we have. So, one of the things that I wanted to do is start with an overview of the program. This is a unique in-person program that combines a clinical Master's of Science in Nutrition with a dietetic internship that's focused on dietetics in agriculture and sustainable food systems. Students in this partnership will earn their graduate degree in Boston, one of America's best college towns. Boston is also a hub for world-renowned medical institutions and hospitals. So a lot of research and cutting-edge healthcare is happening all around us when you're in the academic portion of the program. Students who are accepted into this program are guaranteed placement in the dietetic internship with Delicious Living Nutrition once they have successfully completed the master's degree. During the program, you'll have the opportunity to further customize your experience with the practicum, which I'm going to review with you a little bit later in the program, as well as the elective course while you're at Boston University, as well as the diverse rotations that are offered in the internship portion of the program. You do all of this, so you'll have earned your graduate degree as well as your dietetic internship verification statement in only 17 months. You at that time will be prepared to meet the standards for performance in any area across the profession. The overall structure is really two parts. In the first part of the program, you will be working on your graduate degree. So you will come to Boston University and start your academics in September. And so you will have 2 full-time semesters at Boston University. You'll finish your full-time coursework in May and head over to Cape Cod for your dietetic internship. So you'll spend the summer and the fall of that second year in the internship portion of the program. And you will get your degree conferred. You'll complete the program that following January, 17 months later. I wanted to share a few things that make this partnership really unique. First of all, we're one of only a few MSDI programs in the country that is in person and prepares you for a career in dietetics and agriculture and sustainable food systems. Our program is STEM eligible. We combine the prestigious graduate degree from Boston University with the unique dietetic internship at Delicious Living Nutrition. During the master's portion, you will be doing a clinical concentration, which will nicely complement all of the areas that you will focus on during the dietetic internship. So when you've completed the whole program, you really will be well versed in pursuing whatever area of interest is in your heart. Part of that program includes a practicum, opportunities in research. During the entire program, you will maintain your full-time student status at BU. So you'll have the benefits of being able to apply for federal loans if that's of interest to you. And you will also have all of the benefits that any BU student is afforded through the duration of the dietetic internship, really providing you with a seamless pathway to meet the supervised practice graduate degree requirements together. All of your preceptors and rotations will be arranged by the program, And for those students who might be interested in a study abroad experience, recognizing that that undergraduate DPD program is so packed, a lot of students that maybe would have liked to study abroad weren't able to fit that in. So two of our nutrition professors um, oversee and teach an intensive 4-week program in Italy on the Mediterranean diet. And we have had students who have participated in this, and it's really been life-changing. A little bit about our college. So, Boston University is a large urban research institution made up of 17 colleges. Sargent College is one of those. Within Sargent College, of course, we have the Health Sciences Department, which is where the nutrition program is. But we also have students preparing to become occupational therapists, speech language and hearing scientists, as well as physical therapists. The reason that I share this with you is at Sargent College, we are committed to preparing students for healthcare in an interprofessional lens. And so while you're at Sargent College, actually through the duration of the program, you will have the opportunity to engage with students who are going on to be future professionals in these other areas. We have a state-of-the-art simulation lab, and we have research labs and clinical education centers, and we are really well funded year over year for those research professors that are doing cutting edge exploration of science. So a lot of great things coming out of Sargent College. The academic focus is a clinical, as I mentioned, allowing you to build a strong foundation in human nutrition science and metabolism, really helping to train you to think and evaluate things critically, whether that be research or at the bedside, applying evidence-based solutions to the situation at hand, sharpening your communication skills, honing your counseling skills, and because of the practice and the training that you get in the simulation lab, you really sharpen your nutrition assessment skills when you present for your dietetic internship. So, our goal when you're with us at Boston University is to build upon all of the things from your undergraduate degree and really get you ready for your dietetic internship, allowing you to get the most out of that experience as possible. The clinical concentration curriculum is here before you. In the fall semester, you'll take courses that include biostatistics, metabolic regulation, nutritional epidemiology, essentials of professional practice, and a graduate level nutrition counseling class. I mentioned that interprofessional commitment that we have, and you'll see in every phase of the program, there is that foundation of interprofessional practice. In the spring semester, you'll go on and take courses such as a life course approach to nutrition and disease prevention, research and clinical nutrition, advanced clinical nutrition. That is our capstone course that you'll spend time in our simulation center getting advanced training. You'll have room for an elective course and then the graduate nutrition practicum. So this is a couple of pictures of our simulation lab. We hire human beings to come in and serve as human subjects for you all to practice on in a safe environment. In this picture here, you'll see one of our professors training on nutrition focused physical assessment. So it can be intimidating for students to think about performing nutrition focused physical assessment on a patient. And so this is a great way to practice before you get into the hospital setting and need to do this on a patient who maybe doesn't feel so well or maybe has some lines or other equipment that makes it a little bit more complicated. So this is the first step for you to apply that NFPE, that nutrition focused physical exam, applying what you learned on paper in case studies to a real practice setting. And you're able to get some really excellent feedback to hone those skills. If you were with us at Boston University, and if you're liking what you're hearing, I'm hoping you come to visit. But since you're not here with us, I wanted to share a brief virtual tour of Sargent College's Simulation Center.
Welcome to BU Sargent College Center for Simulation. Today we're going to take a look at the Sim Center through the lens of the nutrition program. The first room that we enter here is the debriefing room, which is where we can talk about things that happened in today's case. We have also demonstrated some of the equipment that we had, things like edema pads, manual and automatic blood pressure cuffs, and glucometers available for testing patients' blood sugars. So now we can move from the debriefing area into the hospital area, where we have 2 simulated hospital patient rooms. In these rooms, we can use a series of standardized patients, or today, we see our simulated patient is our mannequin Juno. And Juno has just had a feeding tube placed using our CoreTrack machine. We can also monitor Juno's vitals while we're here in simulation, see what kind of IV fluids that they might be on. Each room is equipped with a hand washing station to get prepared for donning and doffing PPE. And we can see that we have a mirror here. This is a special 2-way mirror that allows faculty to evaluate students without being present in the room. And we can watch everything that is going on as well as record it in our specialized system here in the control room. We then move from the control room into the second patient hospital room. You can see we still have many of the same equipment as well as additional. And for today, we also have set up our bassinet with our baby mannequin, in which we can get some anthropometrics of our baby mannequin. We'd love for you to see what we enjoy here in the Sim Center from the nutrition program.
All right, I'm going to move along to our practicum program, and this is something that often is the favorite component for our students. The reason being that aside from all of the required competencies and all of the specific accreditation standards that we need to meet, students in practicum are able to pursue an area that's of their passion, of an area of interest to them. So in the semester leading up to your dietetic internship, so in the second semester of the program typically, this is an opportunity where students will spend about 11 hours per week during the semester, working with a dietitian or another health professional in an area of interest to them. And we have many, many sites. We have something to offer across the continuum, from a variety of clinical experiences to community, culinary nutrition, eating disorders, food service management, industry, media, nutrition research, private practice, school nutrition, sports nutrition. There's truly something in all of these categories offered every semester. And so this is a really great opportunity to explore an area of interest, confirm an area of interest, and because of the time involved and the duration of the involvement, students are able to come away with a very rich experience. One of our sites that is always offered is our Sargent Choice Nutrition Center. And they have a team of 9 dietitians ranging from nutrition counseling to culinary nutrition to sports nutrition. So, a lot of opportunities there. And I would love for you, if you're interested in learning more, to view one of our other webinars that goes into more details about that. But at this point, I am going to switch gears and I'm going to turn things over to my colleague, Nicole, and she is going to give you an overview of the dietetic internship portion of our partnership.
Great. Thank you so much, Mary Jane. So the Delicious Living Nutrition Dietetic internship, we're really, creating leaders in the field of nutrition and dietetics, but also bridging the importance of getting some hands-on experience with agriculture and the sustainable food systems. And as we go through our community rotation, our clinical rotation, our food service rotation, really seeing how all of those things fit together, and we can apply lots of agriculture and sustainable food systems throughout each of those settings, to build on each other. And so we're really fostering initiative, creativity, professionalism to, I like to say, like, get our hands in the dirt and bring those concepts that we can learn from agriculture and learning hands-on where our food comes from and how we can use that in our education throughout all of our nutrition practices. And through that, we're strengthening teamwork. We're really being a part of the community and seeing all of the different areas that registered dietitians can make a really big difference, in all of our overall well-being. You can go to the next slide. So we are a smaller, more intimate program with lots of registered dietitians in each of these settings. So our we do have registered dietitians that work with a lot of nonprofits on the Cape. One example is Sustainable Cape, where it's part of our community rotation, where they do a lot with our nutrition incentive programs and run the farmers markets. And also registered dietitians that have gone on to work in more farming settings as well. So again, like, where can we offer experience in a farmer's market setting that will also impact our health, because that farmer's market is connected to a food as medicine program that is getting more of the nutrition incentive programs like out to the community. So that's really a strong focus, that a lot of our experiences are built off of. And when our interns spend time directly with the farms and agriculture, but also nonprofits like Capabilities Farm, which is a nonprofit working with individuals with disabilities, and how that is actually layered into food and nutrition and getting food out into the community in all these different areas. So the interns engage in current research and trends within agriculture and learning about all of the different ways that food is grown and provided. But also, we're covering the fields of nutrition, agriculture, and the sustainable food systems. So our layout for the DI rotation schedule is 8 weeks in an inpatient, clinical, and an acute care nutrition setting. So we are partnered with a couple different sites to cover this, and it might change depending on the year and the needs of the interns. But 8 weeks is going to be inpatient clinical, and then 4 weeks is going to be outpatient and private practice. And then we also work on a business plan with each of our interns, and they have the whole internship to work on that as they're going through each of these different rotations. So they have enough time to shift if they are inspired by something that they're learning in community or food service that they want to tie into their business plan. We do 8 weeks in food service, and this is done in a school setting, 2 different school settings. We do the Riverview School, which is a school that is designed for individuals with disabilities. They have a high school and they have a grow program as well. So it's more of a dorm setting. And then we have the elementary school. So a lot of different settings within food service, but they're all different, and you get exposed to different models that are being used. And then we also do 8 weeks in community nutrition, which is part of the Sustainable Cape with the farmers market, the Food is Medicine program, and then also the Barnstable Cooperative Extension, which does a lot of community-led nutrition programs in school settings and different areas throughout the community for elder services versus early age. And then we do the 8 weeks in dietetics and agriculture. So some of that is overlapped with the community of doing the farmers market. And then you're spending some time in a children's garden that's at the library doing nutrition education in the garden with another facilitator, as well as getting your hands in the dirt and having that strong connection to what's the importance of soil health and how do all those vitamins and minerals get from the soil and actually into the cells of our body. So we like to encourage just staying in tune with all of the different analogies and words that we can pick up from farmers and just physically being in agriculture and how that can really beautifully be weaved into our careers and professions. And we do have a 1 week orientation, and that happens in the beginning, and we do a lot of different activities to make sure that we are connected with our own personal self-growths that we will encourage throughout the entire internship. We find that's really important to, identify areas within ourselves in order to really become well-rounded practitioners. And then we do have a 1 week vacation every year as well.
Thank you, Nicole. So you might be wondering, well, who's an ideal candidate for this unique, amazing program? Well, to be eligible to apply, you have to have already completed an accredited DPD program. That is important. If you have not already completed a DPD program, then I would encourage you to check our website and look at our program that includes the DPD and the Masters in the DI. We're looking for well-rounded candidates who have a strong academic foundation to set them up for success in the graduate coursework, of course. But that's not all we're looking for. We're looking for applicants who have strong interpersonal skills and the ability to work with a wide range of people. We're all different. And what makes us successful as dietitians and healthcare providers is to be able to work with people and connect with people and engage with people who are different than we are. So that's something that we really value. We also are looking for applicants who see the importance of a strong clinical foundation, kind of catapulting you into whichever direction you want to go in the profession. So the strong clinical foundation, but also valuing the diverse experiences that you're going to get in this unique program. We really hope to appeal to applicants who have demonstrated strong qualities in critical thinking. We'll continue to work on those while you're in the program, but having at least a primer for that. Those of you who have an aptitude for leadership, are adaptable, are self-directed, and have a strong conceptual ability. And of course, given the uniqueness of this program, different from some other partnerships that you might see on our website, we're looking for applicants who have a strong interest in the impact of agriculture and sustainable food systems on nutrition, the environment, and overall human health. The prerequisites, I mentioned the DPD. Also, we do, if you have the international equivalent, the FDE, we do honor that as well. But you have to have completed your dietetics or equivalent at an accredited program. You need to have completed a bachelor's degree and have a GPA of 3.0 or higher. Please take a look at our website to learn more about our application timeline and our deadlines. So how do you apply? Well, you need to apply through DICAS, which is the common app essentially for supervised practice, the dietetic internship. So in the application, you'll find this partnership within the programs that BU offers. And within the application, when you're asked if you want to be considered for this partnership program, you need to select yes. And that will then prompt you to complete some additional application questions. You do not need to complete a separate application for the Delicious Living Nutrition Dietetic Internship. This partnership is one application, and you'll get one decision that will come through DICAS. The other requirements are similar to what most programs in the country require. The DPD verification, that can be in progress when you're applying, as long as it will be finished by the time the program begins. Official transcripts, 3 letters of recommendation, not only answers to the BU geared questions, but also the personal statement and supplemental questions for Delicious Living Nutrition. If applicable, if you completed your undergraduate degree in a language other than English, you do need to complete an English language proficiency test. We accept both the TOEFL or the IELTS. We do not require the GREs. We do require an interview. So those are kind of all the components of that. Probably one of the biggest takeaways of this session, if you are interested, if you like what you hear, please participate in one of our virtual information sessions, both for BU and for Delicious Living Nutrition. We want applicants who know what we're about, who've done their homework and think, wow, this program is for me. Because when our students start the program and they know what to expect and they're well informed, that yields the best results for you and for us. So everybody is happy. We do have some opportunities for students when you're in the program at Boston University. We have within our own program in nutrition some assistantships that allow students to not only earn some money, but also to engage and really accentuate the overall benefit of coming to Boston University and working with world-class faculty. So we have graduate assistantships, teaching assistantships, student ambassador positions, and we have a couple of interns who help with our social media platforms. We also have students who secure paid positions outside of the programs in nutrition, either through our fitness and recreation department or through our housing office for graduate resident assistants. They get a small stipend, but they also get room and board, which is very beneficial for a grad student in Boston. If you want more information, here is our contact. Feel free to reach out. We love to engage with our prospective students, and we love to be a resource for you. We know that there are many choices, and sometimes it can be confusing with all the different ways that are available to become a registered dietitian. And so we encourage you to reach out to us. We're happy to answer any questions that you may have. For questions that are specific to the application, for things such as an application fee waiver, or if you have questions about submitting your transcripts and whatnot, or if your letter writers have any questions, our Director of Graduate Enrollment, Alessandra Monroe, is the best contact person. But as I mentioned, for any questions about the curriculum or the programming, those are best directed to either me with regards to the master's component or Nicole with regards to the dietetic internship portion of the program. I invite you to keep in touch and to stay up to date with our website. Here is the QR code if you want to grab this for any upcoming events that might be on our calendar. So I want to thank you for your interest and thank you for giving the Boston University Masters of Science in Nutrition combined with the Delicious Living Nutrition Dietetic Internship Partnership Program a close look. Have a great day.